What do I love about my team? One thing that I really love about my team is that we're such a close-knit team as we work in this community together. There's a lot of ministry opportunities that we do as a team, and we're always together doing life, discipling believers. We're eating together, fellowshipping together, worshiping together. And just everything that we do here in this community is together as a team. And I think that's different than some other teams that I've seen work, because we're all working in one community. We're all working with the same types of ministries, the same people that we're visiting. And all of our goals revolve around the same purpose, is to plant a church here in this community. And I feel like that's different than some other things that I've seen when our teams have multiple ministries going on, and this person's in charge of that ministry and this person's in charge of that ministry. But here in our village, we're all a part of the same team. We're all doing the same types of ministries alongside of each other and seeing the Lord work through that. And so what's essential as we do this ministry and this teaming here on the field is that we have team meetings. And team meetings isn't a time that we just get together and have a meeting, but it's more than that for us. It's a time that we get together and we fellowship. We share meals together, we spend time in prayer and worship in our heart language. And it's a time that we also hold each other accountable. So what that looks like is basically 2 different Saturdays a month we'll have either team meeting or a prayer and praise. And so prayer and praise is when we get together just for the purpose of sharing a meal together, praying for each other, encouraging each other, and praising the Lord for what He's done here. And that's a really encouraging time for us as we're planting a church here, and we don't have that yet. There's not a church that's been established where we can go and be filled. And so this prayer and praise is really encouraging to us and encouraging to our walk with Christ, so we can come together, we can fellowship, we can study the Word together, we can pray for one another in the ministry, and then we can be filled up and ready to go out and share it even more. And so the other thing that we do is team meetings. And team meeting looks a lot like prayer and praise. We gather together in one of the homes of our families, and we spend some time praying together, we worship together, and somebody shares a message, something that the Lord's been teaching them, and we also share a meal together. And then after that, it kind of changes gears. A lot of times the kids will watch a movie while we are talking about plans for the team, plans for ministry, and what that's going to look like going forward. It's really encouraging at these team meetings to be able to hear how the Lord is working throughout the different ministries that we have going on here with the different people that are involved in them. It's encouraging to see how different people have been sharing with different people and how the updates of different ministries, updates of relationships in the community, and all this is kind of where we are able to communicate as a team and see what that looks like and what it's going to look like going forward. One thing that we do at team meeting is that we discuss our annual goals and then break them down into smaller goals for maybe a month or maybe a weekly goals. And so our team at large has these team goals that we're working to establish that is part of our strategy in order to be able to plant a church here among the Mixed people. And from those team goals, we each have individual goals. And these are goals that we talk about in January, and then we're working towards those goals all throughout the year. They're goals that relate to evangelism and giving gospel invitations. They relate to your language goals. They relate to connecting with your churches and the believers back in the States. And there are other types of goals like this that we are working together to accomplish these goals individually, which work towards the greater goals of our team. And so as we're at our team meetings, it's a really encouraging time to reflect on how far we've come with our goals, to look at what we still need to do to reach these goals, to further the kingdom. Golly, it's so loud. Okay, that's the fireworks. Okay, and so teaming here on the field looks really unique in the way that we're a really close-knit team. We do a lot together, we worship together, pray together, praise together, and just do life together in ministry here. One of the ways that we do teaming here on the field is that we have accountability sessions with the ladies, and the guys have a separate accountability session where they get together and we get together and we just share what the Lord's been teaching us. We ask really intentional questions about how is your relationship with Christ and your walk with Him? What are some things that He's been teaching you? And then we also ask questions about how is your relationship with your family, and how is your relationship with your family in the States, and how is all that working together? And then we also ask the question of how's your relationships in the community? And so this is just one of the ways that we hold each other accountable. I feel like this makes our team a closer knit team because we're being vulnerable with each other. We're revealing our weakness and asking for prayer in the areas that we need prayer. And through all these different things, it draws us closer as we get together and we spend time praying for each other and encouraging each other. So the guys do the same thing. They have a time that's separate that they get together and pray for one another and ask these questions too. And so as we're doing life and ministry here together on the field, it can be really lonely sometimes. And I think what is so important is that we have this unity as a team, that we can go to one another's houses and just spend time with each other. That sometimes it might look like, hey, my Wi-Fi's out, sorry I couldn't text you because the Wi-Fi's out, but I'm gonna come and sit on your couch and use your Wi-Fi. Or sometimes it looks like, hey, I made a batch of brownies, would you like some? So all these different things and these aspects of teaming and life together is what makes our team so unique. It makes our team have a lot of fun together. We spend a lot of time in ministry together, doing life together, serving together, worshiping together, and all these aspects are just really unique, and it makes our team really fun. And I really appreciate all these different aspects and the way that it influences our life and our ministry here. As we're living and doing life out here in an Indigenous community, it's really easy for us to get really close together as a team because a lot of our entertainment comes from each other. And so we spend a lot of time together. I enjoy going hiking with one of the ladies on my team. The kids on the team enjoy getting together to watch movies, or they might get together and play games. We have different craft nights for the kids on the team, and we all get together and do crafts and just talk about what the Lord's teaching us from the Word. The guys are gonna watch a football game together. It's just a really close-knit community in the way that a lot of times your hobbies are a way that you can connect with your teammates. Or sometimes you can bring nationals in that, if that's teaching a national how to bake a cake, or maybe it's baking with your teammates and then using that as an opportunity to go out and share that with people in the community. And so as life and ministry here is really simple, it also provides so many opportunities to do fun things together as a team and to grow together.